What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. This time it's Black Widow from Hot Toys from the movie Infinity War. And you can order this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link down below. We'll start off with a box. Beautiful box as always from the entire line of Infinity War. This is the back of the box. Really vibrant and has the nice image of Scarlett Johansson in the front. I had no intentions of buying this figure, just to let you know right off the bat. You open it up in shoebox style. There is some sort of a cutout right there at the bottom, and it shows the Avengers Infinity War. Not too much accessories with this figure. In the back you can see the A, and as usual you get the logo of Black Widow, kind of like following the theme of the previous Avengers. And as far as hands, you got two-fisted hands, relaxed palm hands, some hands that are kind of holding the baton, and some I don't even know what those little things are. They like, I don't know, some sort of a taste or something like that. But yeah, just to give you a closer look on the gloves, nicely sculpted. It's black. It's a smaller hand compared to regular male hands, but that's the anatomy. And here it is, the fisted hands. The gloves is decently painted. It's black, nothing too special about it. Kind of reminds me of, actually I still had the other Black Widow from Age of Ultron, and that has more of a color on it, some more of a vibrant blue. This Black Widow, it seems like, I don't know, I've seen the trailers for the new Endgame, and she's still kind of blonde, and there's some trailers where she is back to being redhead, which is the Black Widow that we know of. But this kind of like is a one-off from that movie. And you can see here the baton. So they have three different, I don't know why they just got something that connects the two batons, sort of like what they did with Storm Shadow from the G.I. Joe Retaliation. This is kind of like connected, those two batons. I get the one that the retracted part and the two batons, but this one they can easily just took something, and I don't know, man. I mean, it's I guess they just need to give this lady some accessories, so to speak, just because if you compare this to the Age of Ultron one, which has two big guns, a handgun, I suppose, it doesn't, and some electrified, I don't know what you call that, effects, so to speak, then this does not compare, and this is more expensive and arguably looks worse. It's just that I love the movie Infinity War. I sold, and you can see there's a lot of details in this baton, and nothing to take away from the details and the paint application. It's just kind of weak, just the accessory itself. They could have made it, they could have, I wish they would have made this $200 and not included this huge one, make this little connector thing at the end. And I don't know, I just feel like this is not worth $220, and that's just being totally honest here. A rehash of the figure. I think the face sculpt is the same as always. They just changed the hair, not really for the better. It's not their fault that she went blonde, but the execution of hair is just not, I don't know, I just didn't like that. And this thing right here, and then the stand, Black Widow Avengers Infinity War, just following the theme as always. I like this vibrant stand, and I'm not a big fan of that printed name that says Black Widow. I wish it would have been a plaque, but it's just me. And here it is. Is it a taser or something? I don't know. I watched the movie, it seems like it. Glorified one. It's huge, nicely detailed, as you can see from the end. It looks like it has some burnt marks right there. So I mean, Hot Toys always does a good job on making sure that small details are in there. It's just that honestly, it's just the entire figure itself is a bit lacking. Not lacking that wow factor. This is more for the completionist, or if you don't have any Black Widow in your collection. Even if you don't, I would suggest looking into something. So there's no really Black Widow that is really expensive out there in the secondary market, like eBay and whatnot. You can get the Age of Ultron, or even maybe the Civil War version is a bit more expensive. However, I mean, it's a Black Widow, unless you're a huge fan. I keep on saying this. Unfortunately, Black Widow is one of those things where you just want to complete the Avengers, and I collect, Batman, for example. I mean, unless you do have the same passion for Batman as I do with Black Widow, then if you want to get all the figure, then more power to you. But for me, one is enough, and for now, this would do. Until I see the end game, unless they change the hair dramatically, because this is a disaster. But as far as outfit, Again, nothing too special. You can see it here. It's a lot of layers into it. Textures are great. Articulation wise, it's decent. I'm not gonna give you a sample, but it's decent. You can move her around as much as you could. It's the her costume is made out of fabric, albeit it's a bit tight on some areas, but moving things around, you just if you know what you're doing, holding the joints on the shoulders actually on the ball joint, things of that nature, then you should be fine. As far as texture, they use different media. Her gauntlet also lacking some paint. It's just pure black compared to again the Age of Ultron, and I'm just comparing it to that because I just recently sold that figure. I'm transitioning towards Age of Ultron, going now to Infinity War, and am I gonna do the same thing with Endgame? Perhaps, I don't know, but I like Infinity War. I think the movie has, it's good. It's a good movie, and even though most of the characters are one-offs, like the Iron Spider, her, Captain America. I don't know. Thor looks like a carryover from Infinity War to Endgame, at least from the trailers that I've seen. I still love it. I still want to get that vibe. That battle in Wakanda is pretty good as well. So on the back, she has two holsters, not for guns though. It's kind of disappointing that she does not have a single handgun. Black Widow, you always associate her with some guns of some sort, but she did not use one, and it's not like no one used it in the movie because Winter Soldier still has his M249, para M249, but nonetheless, and you can see here from the back, there's some, she has I don't even want to call that a holster or whatever to include her baton that is kind of retracted, and on the back there you can nice paint application there. It looks like it has some wear and tear. And the costume itself, it's fine. Kind of moss green, more of a military look, so to speak. Don't have any issues with it whatsoever. Now, hair is a different story. She has this vest. You can kind of see the face now here, even though I'm not in the face area yet. The face is not bad. It's the hair execution. I don't know what to say. I don't know, but it's decent if we're just gonna put it lightly. And going down here, you can see her gauntlet again. I wish there were moving parts at least. That thing right there that's sticking out, I hope it moves up and down. Just give us something, we spent $220 for this figure. Going down to the boots area and the knee pads. The boots is one piece, so there's no ankle articulation whatsoever, and she has high heels, so it's a little bit, kind of a challenge if you're putting her like in a more split type of look. And this is the controversial head sculpt. The head sculpt is not bad. I think the face is the same as we've seen before. It's the hair that, if you can't get it right, just make it sculpted, kind of like Captain Marvel. This is a disaster in so many ways. It's puffy. It's supposed to be going that way. If you've seen the prototype or the picture in the box itself, it's nothing like that. It's just I'm lost for words because just sculpt it next time if you can't get it right. And rooted hair is supposed to add realism to the figure. Now, not like this way. I'm talking about, let's say, Captain Jack Sparrow. He does not have like parts of it are rooted hair, but some are not. Perfect example is Gimli from Asmus Collectibles. They did a terrific job on rooting that one. See if you get up close without seeing the crown of her hair, then it looks somewhat decent. But the puffiness and just I'm not hating on the head sculpt because I think it looks like Scarlett Johansson. It's the execution of putting the rooted hair. But again, I need a Scarlett. I need a Black Widow for my collection, so I wanted the latest one. Got this, sold my Age of Ultron one, but that's basically it. And if we go far again, the entire picture right here, so that's what you're getting. It's not the best, but this is what we have. And as you can see here, I'm gonna put her in several poses before I wrap this thing up. You're not gonna take too much of your time here. It took me months, almost a year to pick her up. She was the first one released in the Age of from the Infinity War collection. I guess because I mean, the costume is not too complicated. They reused the head sculpt, threw in some hair, and say, here's Black Widow, our weakest one in the lineup. And it's still available. You know, it's still available. Big Bad, Sideshow, anywhere you go to, and there's a reason for that. Now, would you want to wait for the end game? I would say if you are planning to pick up a Black Widow, this wouldn't be my first recommendation. Maybe Civil War. I would, so far, in my opinion, is the best. Something that I never really picked up because the only reason I like I said, I picked this one up is because I did sell my Age of Ultron, and even though in my own opinion that is a better Black Widow, I just want to go with the theme of what I have right now, and sometimes that's not good because I'm going against the grain, which is I sold something better and I added money to get something worse. But I'm just thinking, you know, I'm gonna get more views in my channel. Maybe this would create maybe 50 more views. I don't know, or hopefully more. But I guess I don't know. I'm just going all out with this theme now. I've been trying to get rid of my Age of Ultron guys, even though they're nicer. Honestly, from Captain America to Thor, now this one, I just feel like as a figure, now make no mistake about it, Infinity War is a lot better movie than Age of Ultron. It's just that their figures that they produced Age of Ultron 1 wise, at least in Hot Toys perspective, to me is better in that regard. And here she is, and kind of holding out the huge baton or whatever. Now it looks like a stick now, walking around. And it's disappointing that she does not have a gun, but again, in the movie she never really used one. But you know, it just feels odd that a Black Widow does not have a gun, you know, and blonde for that matter. So as you can see now, I'm not too thrilled about this figure, and for obvious reasons. Is it still, would I still recommend this? Honestly, because the end game is just around the corner, and I've seen Black Widow as a redhead, I'd wait for that. Now, if that means you're gonna wait a year and a half, if you really have this itch for Black Widow and you just want to get one, then go right ahead. You know, just pick this one up, because maybe, or go to eBay, get the Age of Ultron one. You know, I think that's the cheapest one that you would get. Don't get the first Iron Man. I'm just not a big fan of that. That was like so much of a doll. But here she is, size comparison wise, next to Thor and Spider-Man. Not too much of a difference as far as height comparison to Spider-Man. So you can see here, there is a difference though. Don't make no mistake about it. But Thor just looks like a beast right next to those two. And Spider-Man, you can pass. He's technically a Homecoming. You can technically pass him as a Infinity War figure. And there you go, guys. That's my wrap up of the review of Black Widow. Now let me know in the comments down below. Do you already have this? Are you gonna pick this one up? Gonna wait for Endgame? Am I wrong for saying that this is not that great of a figure? You know, let me know in the comments down below. Just want to get your thoughts. Or am I just that stupid for selling my Age of Ultron by buying this? I don't know. But at the end, you know, I'm okay with her. I just need a Black Widow. That's all there is to it. And again, thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. It really motivates me to make more videos like this. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next review.